biz. This is the biz.
Welcome back, beautiful souls, to another episode of Empower Huddle on What's the Biz 559.
Yeah.
The show that's all about embracing self-care.
Absolutely.
Empowering you to live your best life.
Live it.
Professional and personal development. I'm your host, Nika, and I have my wonderful, lovely, beautiful Nina, life transformational coach, Darnell Rivera, as my co-host here.
Welcome back.
Yes.
We missed you. It's been a while.
It has, and I missed you. Of course, I've seen you a million times. But
well, maybe not a million.
Yes, in this element, right?
Right.
It's been a while.
It has been.
But you know what? We're happy to be back.
Yes.
And of course, we have really good things to talk about. Some it may sound like repetitive or duplicative, but you know what? We can't talk about this stuff enough because it's important.
And it's empowering.
And it's near and dear to our hearts. Today we are diving into the topic of self-care, which again, you can never hear too much about self-care.
Right. And I think it's really good that that's our first podcast too, is self-care, because we've made so many commitments to ourselves coming into the new year, and
absolutely.
So self-care is.
Did you do a vision board?
I did.
You did?
I did. I had my little New Year's Eve vision board party,
I love
and
that.
we had a handful of folks over, and it was nice, and we got to sip on some wine and just kind of like chill, and it was fun.
Those are always fun.
They are.
Do you think that vision boards should be like personable? And because I've seen that going around, like people are like, I think vision boards should be personal and you shouldn't share them with people.
Oh no, well, I don't know about that aspect. I guess if you're a private individual and you're fearful of hoping,
right,
then maybe you might be embarrassed to kind of show that, you know, you want a 2024 Mercedes Benz.
It's definitely just that person.
Yeah, you know, but I think like for me, sometimes I bring it out in the open, you know, and I'm there, you know, sharing with people, and I'm encouraging and coaching them through their vision boards and what they want to put on it. But I think sharing could be a beautiful thing if you have a tribe around you that's going to support you in that, in that vision.
I'm all for sharing too. I've had a little vision board, nothing really big, vision board party last year, and I had a handful of girls over, and
they're so fun.
It was fun. Yeah. We just, you know, we did poster boards. Actually, it was a big poster that we did. But this year, I actually ordered this book, a vision board book, and it was so detailed. I mean, it made you really open up and be detailed as to, you know, what is your vision? What are your goals? What are your dreams and aspirations? And write them down. And just another thing to hold ourselves accountable.
And it really is in alignment with self-care too, because I know by the end of the year, we're so exhausted, and it's right after the holidays. And just to reevaluate your goals for the next year kind of just puts it gives you a vision of strategic things that you can like actually look at and say, hey, for this year I'm going to take on this. I didn't do too well last year, but it just kind of revamps that desire to, you know, have those goals and take care of yourself.
Exactly. You mind sharing one of your visions with us?
My vision is my finances.
Okay.
Yeah. That's been a struggle for me. I'll just be totally transparent, but I really want to have a breakthrough in my finances. Okay. Another one is self-care. I'm and you probably know this about Nina, but I have a tendency to take care of everybody else, but I mismanage myself. So for 2024, I made a commitment that self-care was going to be
good for you,
one of my number one priorities.
Nice.
So I joined a gym. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, shoot. Here we go.
Y'all better pray for me.
Yes. Well, one of my visions is shaking my tail feather on a beach. No, that I've never been to. No, I do want to go and visit several different places. Traveling.
That's awesome.
Traveling, which, you know, we do a lot of traveling already, but we kind of keep it national, I guess, or we just, you know, within the States.
The United States.
So, we want to do some more international traveling. Yeah. So Lord willing, we can do that. And also just really focusing on leadership this year.
Oh,
so that was one of them. Focusing on leadership. I really feel like, and first leading myself, because, you know, everyone is a leader. Everyone is a leader. And so
we have the capability.
You led yourself to get up in the morning. You led yourself to the bathroom to brush your teeth, wash your face.
We hope
we all
you
have
brush your teeth.
right. We all have that leadership role in us. So, just really maximizing on that.
Yeah, for sure.
But today we are going to talk about, again, self-care rules. So there's 10 of them that we want to go through, and 10 that are just general basic self-care. And then there's also mental self-care that we want to share with you guys. So some tips on that. But for the general part of it, understanding what self-care is taking the time to do things that help you live well, help you live a full life for both your physical health and your mental health. Also, prioritizing your mental health is so important. Prioritizing it, your mind, your body, your soul. A couple of tips here: normalizing experiences that you have in your life. Yes. Researching treatments. If therapy and counseling is something for you that you are considering doing, then try to do some research on different treatments or treatment options for your mental health. There's lots of different, counseling facilities, therapies. So just take your time and do some research with that.
Yeah.
Here's a good one and a big one: establishing your healthy boundaries. So establishing healthy boundaries. Boundaries is something that a lot of people, I feel like right now it's a buzzword, but not really a bad buzzword. Boundaries is something that I think everyone is starting to really get into, which it's really good. It's really good to have, obviously, boundaries, being able to say no and accept when somebody else says no is really big.
If you want to make sure that the boundaries that you're setting though are for you, not
Right.
so much to be rude or mean to somebody
Right.
else. You want to make sure that they're healthy boundaries.
Exactly. That's what they are. Establishing healthy boundaries. Being able to clearly communicate both your wants and your needs.
Yes,
that's important.
That is.
Honoring and respecting your own needs and the needs of others.
Mm-hmm.
That's vital as well. And respecting others' values, beliefs, and opinions, even if they are different from your own. So even if they don't align with your beliefs, we can still have respect for each other.
Absolutely.
Another one is nourishing your body is another form of mental health. Eating healthy, that's one of your visions, right?
That's one of my
Did you know that was a
visions.
boundary too?
That
Eating
is.
healthy, not a boundary, I'm sorry. It's a part of your mental health.
Absolutely.
Getting active, drinking enough water, which is so hard right now in this cold weather.
Yeah,
and
remind yourself.
exercising your brain.
Yeah.
What are some exercises that you do? Do you know of any brain exercises? I've been wanting to get into that.
For me,
I know for older people, it's like crossword puzzles.
oh, did she just say
I'm not-
older folks? What,
know.
Anyway, I lost all my train of thought on that one.
Sorry, Dina.
I feel a little ageism going on here. Never tell a woman who's getting ready to turn 60 and point that out. But anyway, as I was going to say, I like to do crossword puzzles. I like to
And then you say
shut your mouth.
crossword puzzles.
Shut your mouth.
Sorry.
And look, Jonathan in the back over there just laughing. Anyway, I like to do crossword puzzles. I have apps on my phone about words and things like that.
So they work then.
But they
Like
do
the
work. But I like
exercise in
to.
your brain.
There's also these things that you can get, like adult color books.
Oh, I love to color.
Yes, adult color books that they're activity type of books too, but they're for adults. I love those.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All those are good things for
Yeah.
exercising your brain. I love that. I'm
Even-
not really. I don't
even
like
if you're
crosswords.
old.
Yeah. Especially if you're old. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I love all the elderly and old people out there.
She
do.
does.
I really do.
She takes very good care of me.
I do. All of the elderlies in my family.
do.
So embrace mindfulness and relaxation. That's my favorite thing. Ooh, that's my favorite. Take deep breaths.
Yes.
Take a walk. Eat mindfully. Practice gratitude. Seek out mindful resources.
Yeah.
And we have cultivate positive relationships. It's so important for you to have good positive people in your circle. With that, you practicing empathy, listening effectively. That's a big one. Show appreciation and trust.
So I like that, cultivating positive relationships. Empathy is really super important. And I know you talked a little bit about that, but also listen effectively. I could sometimes get in trouble because I over talk. Not over talk, but like if you're sharing something with me and you notice it, I'm so passionate about what we're discussing sometimes, but it's really important when you're cultivating positive relationships to just listen.
And that's healthy communication.
It is.
And people don't understand that communication is more listening than talking anyway.
Absolutely.
You know, it's about 85% of just listening and not to respond, but really listening to understand what the other person is saying.
See how I just talked over you? See?
It's okay.
Example of what I was talking about.
We're vibing.
But anyway, Pursue passion and hobbies. Break it down into small steps. Trying something new can be overwhelming, so you might find it helpful to break it down into a few essential steps. Make it a habit. Find an accountability partner, which is always fun, and especially if you're someone who procrastinates or you're someone who doesn't follow through. You want an accountability partner, and then really enjoy it and have fun. You know,
with your hobbies,
with your passions. One of my passions, as you know, is transformation life coaching. I love it to a degree that the organization that I work with, they're allowing me to do leadership development. I'm so excited and happy about that.
And you really love people. I love that about you, because I just can't stand folks sometimes. I'm like, but you just love people.
It's weird. I tried to get out of human resources too for a little bit, and I was so uncomfortable. But I was so uncomfortable within myself because it is something I am passionate about. But and hobbies are great. They're great for the mind. They're great for just, passing time too. And then regularly disconnect. That's one thing I love about you. She does that quite a bit.
Yeah, especially with social media, your phone. We are so hooked to these things, and it can really be dangerous. And especially with social media, I do make it a habit to, if I don't deactivate, because obviously we want to share our podcast amongst our social media platforms. I just uninstall the apps on my phone. So if I don't see it, out of sight, out of mind. And it really, when I don't have them on my phone, it's like I have so much more time to, and it's easy to just scroll and scroll and scroll. And before you know it, you're looking on Joe's page and you don't even know Joe. Like, what is Joe talking about?
All up in Joe's business.
Right. You're so concerned about what Joe is doing. And he's over there just filling up a milk carton. And you're just looking at him watching like, oh my God.
That is so cool. Wonderful.
So anyway, regularly disconnect.
Regularly
disconnect. So good for your
and spend
health.
more time with your family and friends. Go outside more. I know it's cold in winter, but there's some moments, even in Visalia, where the sun comes out a little bit.
And there's a book on that too, how to disconnect. I'll have to share it, but it's a book about how to disconnect and spend more time with your children. I think it's a woman's book, but for sure.
And then my favorite, practice gratitude. I still for years have had a little gratitude journal by my bed, lay down at the end of the night, and I ask myself, what are the 3 things I'm grateful for today? And I just write down. I don't go into like, well, today I pondered on and da-da-da. I just write down 3 little things. I'm grateful that the meeting went well. I'm grateful that Milo is feeling better. My puppy's been a little, I'm grateful that I got to talk to my mom today, because there's people that don't get to talk to their mom every day. Just little things like that. So showing heartfelt appreciation for the people that surround you and the people that love you. That's like one of my biggest things. I love appreciating the people, and sometimes I will engage in conversations to let them know, and I can tell it's making them feel uncomfortable, because I'm really like, especially the young gals that I work with, I'm like, you did so great on that presentation. I see so much for you, and then they get all, but appreciate thank you, babe. Appreciate, and I know we've had those conversations where we get heartfelt, and we tell each other what we are for each other.
It's not cheesy. It's not overboard. You can never go overboard on being grateful, showing appreciation to people that especially are in your life and that you appreciate. So just keep doing it.
Right. And this is a really great one. What are the 4 A's of gratitude? Appreciation, approval, admiration, and attention. I
Yes.
love that. She's so smart.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
And even though a lot of those 10 sounds, they're similar to the mental ones too, but we've also broken down for you guys the mental part of self-care,
Yeah,
which
very
is putting
important.
yourself first. It's not selfish. It's not something that you should put on the back burner, or I'll get to that later. You've heard us say this before on other shows. Fill your cup regularly so that
Yes.
you can pour into others, whether
Yes.
that's your family, your friends, your coworkers, strangers that you come across. Continuously fill your cup with the things that you enjoy doing, that just give you that boost of energy and positivity and life. Because, I mean, as cheesy as it may sound, but, you know, it's our
Cheesy's good, though.
It is.
Cheesy's
It's our
good.
responsibility to try and make the world a little bit better.
Absolutely.
Don't compare yourself to others. That is a big one. I know a lot of people that do that. It's so easy to do it, especially with social media,
Yeah.
continuously comparing yourself to others, whether it's at work, whether it's someone you don't even know. Stop comparing yourself to other people, because you are a beautiful person. You matter, and you are uniquely you, and you need to continue being you.
Absolutely.
And this is a big one that may be a little different for.
You notice how I straightened up when you were leaning into that?
She already knows.
I know where
me
she's
too.
going.
It's walk upright.
Come on now.
Fix that posture. Put
Yeah.
those shoulders back. This is kind of like was drilled in me as a child. My mom she did not let me slouch. I was not able to slouch, and not knowing, I don't even think she knew what it did for me as an adult, but I feel like I have a really good posture.
But you're
especially when
mindful
I
of
walk.
it, even when you are like relaxed.
Yes.
Or, yeah.
When I'm mindful of, I have to, immediately put my shoulders back. It really does something for me. The confidence that
Yep.
comes with walking upright and fixing your posture. I know the biggest thing that bugs me about, especially teenagers, when I see them
Do this,
walking
yeah.
like this, it's so bad for your posture. We're already like this on our phones.
Right.
And so, it's starting to physically show on a lot of us. So
Right.
walking upright is not just good for us physically, but it's good for us mentally. The sense of confidence that we get when we
Yep.
walk upright and we fix our posture. You feel like you could change the world out there.
Especially in the work world,
Yes.
you want people to take you serious, in your presentations and how you communicate to others. Be mindful of your posture.
Yes.
Yeah.
We just brought on a new What's the Biz, Michaela, and you guys
Our
will
first
get to meet.
employee.
Yay! We've got so many good things going on that
Yeah.
we'll share with you soon. But I was very impressed with her handshake, and I didn't even tell her that, but she was so firm. And she's a college student getting ready to graduate. Kudos to you. And her handshake was firm. Her posture was just, and those are the things that I really, I noticed firsthand.
Absolutely.
And I really
Yeah.
appreciate that about people. So good job, Michaela. Yeah. Choose people who care for you. We talked about that a little bit earlier.
Your good tribe.
Yes, your tribe, the ones that are positive, the ones that are uplifting to you, that check in on you. Just, keep those people close and near and dear to your heart. And word your thoughts carefully. That's a big thing.
That's good.
I'm reading a book right now, and it is
Word your thoughts carefully. I like that.
just talking about how we are what we think. And we're going to talk a little bit about this next week too, because it has a lot to do with thinking, like getting out of our head.
Right.
And I kind of gave y'all a little teaser about what it is next week, but just getting out of your head. So word your thoughts carefully, guys. What
So
you
important.
think is
So important.
really the outcome of will be the outcome of your reality.
Absolutely.
So this right here is the most important thing on your body, your mind. Take care of it. Speak highly of yourself. Speak highly of other people.
Yeah.
And good things will come to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I like this one. Concentrate on what matters.
Yes.
You've heard that term, pick your battles, and we can even lean into, how we want to control the narrative all around us all the time,
yeah.
right?
Control.
Yeah, but really, really concentrate on what matters. All the frivolous stuff, let it go.
It is.
We did a show on Let It Go.
Oh my God. Let it go. Let it
We're not going to
go.
sing for you again, but
I was going to.
I know. I appreciate that, but we're on a time.
We're out of time. Yes.
And then take responsibility for your life.
Yes.
You know, so many people don't want to hold themselves accountable for the choices that they make or things like that. But you will eliminate stress from your life if you concentrate on what matters, but if you also take responsibility for your lives and just show up, follow through, be accountable, and then listen to others. I believe people come into your life to either share goodness with you or to teach you things.
Yes.
Right? So listen to the other people around you. You know, those uncles and those aunts, those elderly folks. We have a lot of wisdom to share, you know, and when you're uncertain in life, reach out to those people.
Yes.
Another thing too is speak up.
We're a little too loud sometimes. The Puerto Rican
in us for sure. But yeah, speak up. If you know something's unjust, or if you know there's something that's not fair, speak up. Don't complain though. Don't take it as like I'm just going to complain because some people live in the.
Speak up was be loud.
Well, it can be loud.
I thought it was
it can be loud.
Be vocal.
Absolutely, but
Thank
be
you for
vocal.
going over that.
Be vocal in a positive way.
There you go.
You don't want to be screaming at folks.
I thought it was.
But I do. You know, there is training and development. I do an expression. I have a vocal student, but it's also good for people who do speeches because sometimes people are intimidated, so they talk softly.
Yes.
That's so. Again, piggybacking. Speak up.
Yes.
Because if you're empowered, your voice will show that.
Absolutely. Oh, I like that.
And then my favorite, affirmations.
Yes.
Oh, I love affirmations.
Me too.
Affirming your life is one of the most valuable things that you can do for yourself.
Absolutely.
Affirming situations around you. I had a friend one time, she was very concerned about her daughter who was, you know, developing some really bad habits. And all she kept saying was, I know she's going to do this. I know she's going to turn out. I know she, you know, just that. And I remember telling her, why do you keep affirming that over? You're speaking that over her. I wonder what would shift in her life if you said, my daughter is a beautiful human being and makes wise decisions. My daughter is someone who is reliable, and this, you know, when you start affirming and something literally begins to shift. So affirmations are totally a good thing.
I love them. And start with your babies.
Start with your
Start
babies.
them young. Start teaching them that they are that they need to tell themselves they are strong, they are smart, they can do anything they want.
Yes,
they are healthy. You know, all of those things. When you start saying it and repeating it, and when you start doing it at a young age, they start believing it.
Yeah.
And we want them to believe the good things that they are. You know, I read something that one time that said, speak to your children as if they were the smartest and most, or like a genius, basically. And they'll start believing that. So we thank you for rocking with us.
Thank you.
We missed you all.
We did.
Thank you for hanging out with us. We hope that you guys take the time to implement some of these tools as part of your professional development. Self-care is so important. Again, it's not selfish. Understanding the self-care, prioritizing your self-care, establishing healthy boundaries, nourishing your body. So take care, and we will see you next time.
Bye. As a disclaimer, we just want you to know this is for educational purposes only. We are not therapists or professionals in the mental health. We are just sharing with you the things that we've taken on for our lives and the things that we've learned about.